Welcome back to another edition of Music Monday from the podcast Nurture the Mind. I am your host, Cole Poots, and we have yet again another music reaction. Crazy how, I've been doing this for a long time now, and we're still getting new artists to the channel. Not a new artist to my music library or my music catalog, but a new artist to the channel. So it looks like your boy Joey Badmon, aka Joey Badass, is back with a song. It's called The Ruler's Back, and we're gonna watch the official video. So this came out on the 1st of January. Today is the 4th that we're listening, and right now it's number 16 on trending for music on YouTube. Joey Badass is a solid, very solid, well put together rapper. He's got all of the freaking tools in the world to be, probably go down as one of the best rappers of all time. He's one of those artists that I just feel like he's very, very consistent with projects and releasing music, consistent in terms of like the timeline that he puts out music, but also just like consistent in his delivery and his quality of music. So I'm intrigued, obviously, to listen to this song. I wonder if it is like a single. Like, are we getting a new album? Is this just like a random single that is not affiliated with an album that's going to come out at some point this year? But you have to think, if the guy is releasing it on January 1st, then there's probably an album that's going to roll out this year at some point. When did I start listening to Joey Badass? I don't know. I want to say like 2016 or 2017. It was somewhere in there. Is he one of my favorite artists of all time? No. I don't know if I put him in that category. But again, I think pretty much everything he puts out is really solid. I think one of the first songs that I ever heard by Joey Badass was Devastated. That was a big single off of the album that he ultimately released around that time. And I just remember like always putting that song on repeat. Like, I love where this guy comes from. He's from, East Coast, part of the Beast Coast, as they would call it. That the collective of like A$AP Rocky, A$AP Ferg, Flatbush, Zombies, Kirk Knight, Nick Caution, like that whole group of tremendous artists, rappers, hip-hop artists. And like I said, I think Joey, he does take himself seriously, but I really think with his talent and just how he is, he can take bigger steps in the future that would solidify him as, one of the best rappers of all time. It's crazy how, there probably are still like a lot of people in the rap and hip hop community, like fans of that community, that aren't really aware of this guy, which kind of shocks me. But nonetheless, man, I'm excited to listen to The Ruler's Back. It's pretty short, 2 minutes and 32 seconds. So I don't know what we're gonna get, but we're here to check it out. So here we go. Watching the official video. Let's see what the badmon is bringing to the table.
That's right. It feels so good to be back, man. I'm back, baby. A popular demand. Hey, yo, moved out the city, copped the house in the sticks. Couple acres, couple whips, whole lot of blicks. I got options, baby, take your pick. Might fuck around and coordinate the fit. Take a this my life in film, baby, I just write the script. Mr. Really put that on, they be counterfeit. I'm taking calculated risks. Too legit to quicker get you niggas aggravated quickest. Rules to this shit, hold up. I got mirrors in my city, fuck a nomination. This for every time they left me out the conversation. I'm back by popular demand. domination. I'm finna bomb on niggas' plans fresh off my vacation. I was sitting back, watching from an eagle eye, trying not to react. Just give me one reason, I swear I'm on full attack. East Coast nigga till I die. It's clear who the independent king of NY, nigga. Straight like that, come on. Told y'all niggas I'm back, come on. Yeah, the ruler's back, baby. Hey, yo. Too much West Coast dick licking. I'm hearing niggas throwing rocks, really ain't shit sticking. Cause if we talking bar for bar, really it's slim pickings. I rap like I draw pentagrams and kill chickens, nigga, fuck around. With your soul like eat the quick 4 feature. This that black Air Force energy coming out your speaker. I'm out your reach, your arms too short to box the Elohim. Still reading the rap supreme, me and Stilo had a dream. I stand tall in this rap thing like Yao Ming and won't stop till the crowd sing when I'm crowned king. My aura scream and my style ring. This ain't boom bap, nigga. This that boom bow bing. We could run a fair one. I know some real hitters, but I ain't never fear none. Guess it's just the Brooklyn in me. They must not know where I'm from. Heard that they was looking for me. Okay, tell them here I come. I'm nowhere near done with you, nigga. You fucking stupid. I'm in my bulldog bag, nigga. I'm that nigga. I thought I told y'all. Back, nigga. These rap niggas all they can.
Quick hitter, man. Quick hitter. We might have to go through it one more time to get some of the lyrics, but I mean, essentially what I caught from it was a lot of lyrics. I mean, the instrumental and the beat was pretty much just on repeat throughout the whole song. There were times where he like cut the instrumental for whatever he had to say, and then it like came back into the frame, which is really cool. I enjoy when any type of artist does something like that. You know, it just creates more importance around the words and the lyrics that they're saying. But yeah, man, he's basically just saying, like, maybe I was out for a little bit. Maybe I was taking a little bit of a break. But now I'm back, and that should scare people, you know, because I'm on the top of my game. I'm here to do numbers. I assume he's probably going to put out an album. Like, this is probably just getting us ready and getting us primed for an album. But you know, he's talking about, like, some of his lyrics were, I am the heir apparent to the throne of NYC, you know, I'm from the East Coast. He said I was sitting back for a second, you know, trying to take a bird's eye view and not react to anything. I wasn't going to get my hands dirty. I was just going to be patient. I was going to sit back and I was going to wait to strike. You know, and it's just, you know, whether you're talking about this situation for Joey Badass or just us as humans, you know, taking some time to like really collect ourselves and analyze things from afar, you know, not always be wrapped up in social media and the drama of the day and the news that's going on around the world, all of the negative news. There's too many people that are still out there that get themselves so wrapped up in things that it really just destroys all of their sanity, all of their peace, all of their tranquility, all of, you know, their mentality. And I'm certainly victim to that sometimes too. You know, 2025, here we are. It's the start of the year. Everybody's probably thinking about New Year's resolutions. I don't like that word. I call them intentions. And even, you know, for myself here for a second, I feel like this track and that message, that avenue, that angle kind of appeals to me because I realized here recently, just with a lot of reflection and thinking about things, is there are certain areas of my life where I'm really disciplined, but then there are other areas of my life where I'm not as disciplined. And there's just, I think, some things in all of our lives that we allow to distract us, or we allow things to become our vices. You know, we'll spend just a little bit too much time on Netflix, on YouTube, playing video games, social media, looking at porn, like whatever it is. You know, and it's a human thing, so you can't really get hard on yourself. You can't really get down on yourself because we all slip, we all fall, we all regress, we all take steps back from time to time throughout our lives. But once you kind of realize what's going on, it's your duty that now, with that awareness, now that you're kind of out of the fog, the haze, the woods, and now you can see clearly, you kind of get your vision back, your sense of direction. It is now time to get back on track, create better habits, and reduce the bad habits that you're participating in. I think a lot of times, especially around this time of year, everybody's thinking, okay, like, how can I make my life tremendously better? I got to do all of like these crazy changes. And maybe to some degree you do have to make a few big changes, but oftentimes when we're thinking of that, I think there is an error in our thinking. We think that we have to make these monumental changes, these big changes. And I don't think that's the thing that comes first. I think it's the minor changes. I think it's the small changes. It's the subtle little tweaks. It's the slight adjustment of the angle that you were, operating with before, or you were looking at it from this angle before. Making those slight adjustments for a long period of time over the course of time is what leads to those monumental changes, right? Like if you become disciplined in one area and you carry out this practice, let's just say if I wanted to journal every single day moving forward, and that was something that I was going to focus on for 2025, by the time, if I've stuck to that goal, and we hit March, we hit April, we hit May, I'm sure I'd feel a lot different about myself, because for the last 5 months, I've been journaling every single day. And it's just that small action of change that you do every single day of journaling that ultimately, when you look back at the last 5 or 6 months, just by doing that one thing, it's really changed your life and had a tremendous positive impact on your life. So just kind of relating this whole idea to what he said, he's like, I was sitting back, I wasn't trying to be reactionary, I tried to take a bird's eye view. Like sometimes we get so caught up in the mess, our lens is like right next to the freaking problem. And when we're going through a struggle, when we're going through a problem, when we're frustrated, when we're going through a tough time, it feels like that problem and all of those emotions are so potent that like you can't escape it. And I know what that feeling is like. That is like the feeling of being a human a lot of times throughout your life. But inevitably, the thing that's going to help you in that situation when you're feeling that way is you have to step back from the problem for a second. You have to step back from what's going on and take the bird's eye view like he's talking about. Maybe in a different context. Maybe he's not talking about struggle. I think he's saying like I was out of music and out of the rap game, right? And I was just kind of observing things, and I was practicing the law of detachment. But now I'm back. Now it becomes a season of work, whereas previously maybe I was in a season of rest and recovery. Like if you're in music and a lot of different domains, but it really applies to music or like sports, if you're an athlete, it's like you have an off season, you have downtime, and then you have your in season. So those are two very different things. And even for humans, right? Like I hate the word balance, because we're, our culture, our society is like hyper obsessed with this idea of balance. Like I don't think you can ever get it 100% right. But, trying to find some semblance of balance in your life, I think, is what all of us are striving for, or at least to find the winning formula for yourself as an individual that brings you peace, for you as an individual person, for me as an individual person, like asking ourselves, figuring out throughout life, what is it that works for me? Like, where do I feel my happiest? Where am I at my brightest? What makes me feel alive? What are the changes that I need to make in my life that will bring about more of those feelings, those good feelings, the good energy and whatnot? So it's a really good song. It's definitely him flexing a lot too, saying like, he's saying the ruler's back. He's saying I'm the head honcho. It's me. It's Joey Badass. It's Joey Badmon. It's a badmon thing. And he's coming back to rule the top, to get us thrown back, to put the crown on top of his head. And it'd be interesting to see what else he does this year, if he's gonna come out with a new album. like I said earlier, I think Joey Badass is just a really solid artist, a really solid rapper, hip hop artist. And I think, like I said, he's got all the talent in the world. It's up to him, it's up to us to make these decisions, to actually like go get these things and to actually make these changes in our lives. Otherwise we just like kind of sit there and we wait and we just expect that things are going to change when we're not putting in effort or we're not doing anything to change our circumstances. And again, I'm not saying that from a judgmental point of view, because I just kind of realized here recently I was kind of doing that, right? And that's what I like about the first of the year, although it brings about a lot of these bullshit resolutions that people aren't going to adhere to, that they aren't going to stick to. It's good because it's like closing out a year. So you hit the first of the year and it just kind of gives you this moment to like reassess and think, okay, these were the good things about this year. These were kind of like the in-between things. These were the bad things, like kind of assessing all of that input, information, data. How can we take that, compile that, and then, make better, more informed decisions moving forward into 2025. That's why I like, the end of the year and then going into the first year, because it just kind of changes the framework in the mind. But maybe, we don't make it so much about the new year anymore. Like, do that still, but think of it more so in quarters, right? Because you get 4 quarters in 1 year. You get the first 3 months, next 3, and then on the back half, after halfway, you get the next 3 and then the last 3. So maybe it's more so trying to check in like every month or every quarter as opposed to once a year. Once a year is probably not enough. But nonetheless, I understand why people invest so much in this time of year, and including myself. Like, I try and set up some different intentions, some different goals that I'm going to focus on this year. And I did that on the 1st. And then I even took everything that I wrote in my journal of what I wanted to focus on for this year. And then I kind of broke it apart into something a little bit more simplistic. And I put it up on my vision board so I can look at that every single day, to constantly remind myself of these goals and make sure that I am in pursuit and I am working towards those goals. So this is a great song. I mean, it's very quick, but you can pick apart little pieces of it and just dissect it even more and expand a little bit more. And that's what we do over here at this reaction channel. You guys know me, very notorious for taking a 2.5-minute song and then talking about it for 30 minutes. I don't have much else to say about this song. Like, I really, I like the beat and I like the instrumental. I guess the only criticism I might have is it felt short, and because it was pretty much looped for the same sound, to me it sounded a little bit redundant, I'm not going to be like super critical, but that's probably like the only criticism that I have. To me, after having the first listen, it's not like a song that blew me away. It was just one of those songs that kind of gave you like a constant head bob, which, those songs are valuable. I wouldn't call this a banger. Of course, I'll go back to it and I'll listen to it a few more times just to get some more context, but it was just a nice, even, steady paced kind of head bobbing song. So here's the intro to Joey Badass for 2025. Let's hope, let's pray, let's wish that we get a project from this man, because I want to hear the entirety of the album or the project if he has one to release this year. But guys, that's the video. That's the reaction. As always, I talk about these 4 things at the end of my videos. 4 things that you guys can do to help this channel, help this vision of mine grow. You don't have to do all 4, but I please ask that you do at least one of the 4. If you came over here, you watched the video, you had a good time, you thought it was valuable, you thought it was entertaining, if it wasn't a waste of your time, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already, or like the video, or comment in the comment section below. I'd love hearing from you guys about your story, what you think about this artist, this particular song, this particular project. And also, please share the video, share the information, share the message. If somebody doesn't know that my channel exists, share it on social media. It's one of the good things about internet, social media, and this instant communication that we have at our fingertips is you can just send these things out right away and then other people start to view it. If not that, have conversations with people in person. Like, I'm totally cool with that too. It's just doing one of those 4 things really helps me grow over here on YouTube. And when we hit January 10th of this year, it'll be 5 years since I started this whole thing on YouTube and podcasting, which is just like crazy to think that 5 years has flown by like that. But guys, that is the end. As always, I love you guys. Had a good time hanging out, listening to this song, exploring a little bit more of Joey Badass. I hope you guys take care and have a great day. All right, bye-bye.